You are listening to Let's Talk Trio on podcasts. Keep up with the latest episodes by downloading the Podbean app or stream episodes via our social media accounts. Search for Let's Talk Trio on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. This podcast episode is brought to you by Lonsdale Publishing. Is your program seeking ways to assess your students' college readiness? Does your program need a tool to document the effectiveness of your program? Lonsdale Publishing is excited to offer the Strategic Learning Assessment, a 20-minute online assessment that provides recommendations and strategies to improve academic performance across 11 learning areas: communication, critical thinking, effective learning strategies, focus and concentration, growth mindset, persistence, seeking help, sense of belonging, stress management, test preparation, and time management. For as little as $3 per student, the Strategic Learning Assessment identifies strengths and areas for growth, along with tailored recommendations for each learning area. Want a complimentary sample account for yourself and 5 students? Contact Lonsdale Publishing at 727-389-8026. Again, that number is 727-389-8026. Or visit our website for more information at www.lonsdale.com. That website again is www.lonsdale.com. Lonsdale Publishing, your partner in student success. This episode is sponsored by Student Access. Student Access, the leader in Trio software. Student Access is an online database solution that allows Trio programs to track their students' information, connect with students by text messages, streamline the APR, and work from anywhere, all online, with automatic updates for changes from the Department of Education. Their technical support team includes former Trio staff and has over 50 years of combined experience working with Trio. Make it easier to focus on your priority, the students. For more information and to request a free demo, visit their website at www.studentaccess.com or call them toll-free at 1-800-801-1232. That website again is www.studentaccess.com or 1-800-801-1232. Be sure to share your favorite episodes on your social media by tapping that share button. This is a great way to support the podcast. Now here's your host, Juan Rivas.
Thank you, Amelia, for that wonderful introduction. Hello, listener, and welcome to this episode of Let's Talk Trio. This is Season 7, Episode 20. I am your host, Juan Rivas. Before we begin, some community announcements. Trio Nation, be sure to call your congressional representatives to defend the TRIO programs. The Trump administration is seeking to eliminate the TRIO programs in their most recent proposed budget. Take action now by spreading the word and contacting your congressional representatives. Let them know TRIO works. The link to find your congressional representatives can be found in the podcast description. North Carolina Central University is hosting their annual Student Access and Success Conference in 2026. Click on the link located on the episode description to learn more. In today's episode, we have Latoya Chambers, Trio alumna and graduate of Cincinnati State and the University of Cincinnati. Latoya is on the podcast to share her own life experience, navigating the college experience as a first-generation student, her experience with Trio, and finding her professional path right back in Trio. Coming up in just a bit, Latoya Chambers. A heartfelt thanks to our individual supporters, Angelica Villalpando, Rosario Riley, Dr. Ryan Barone, Dr. Jamie Motley, Dr. Jeff Naputi, Angelica Valdez, Felicia Rivera, Eric Lemaster, Jeff Calden, and Jaded Electronics. Thank you to our corporate sponsors, TrioJoblist.com, Nosotros Education Center, Longsdale Publishing, Student Access, and TheTrioStore.com, powered by Proforma. Visit www.thetriostore.com, your source for Trio graduation stoles. Thank you all so much for your continued support of this podcast. You too can be a sponsor of the podcast. Head on over to Patreon and search for Let's Talk Trio. Choose one of 4 patron levels. You can support this podcast for as little as $1 a month. If you own a business that serves the Trio community and want to sponsor the podcast, we have different sponsorship packages available. Contact us for details. Become a supporter with a one-time donation to the podcast business PayPal account. Our business handle is @Let'sTalkTrio. Your support helps lift Trio voices. If you would like to nominate a participant, staff, or alumni to be on the podcast, send us an email at letstalktrio@gmail.com. That email again is letstalktrio@gmail.com. Again, a great episode featuring Latoya Chambers, Trio alumna and specialist and coach for the Trio Student Support Services program at Cincinnati State. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode. Hi, Trio Nation. My guest on the Let's Talk Trio podcast is Latoya Chambers, who is a proud Cincinnati native, passionate educator, servant leader whose work centers on equality, education, and community empowerment. A first-generation college graduate and 2-time Trio alumna, Cincinnati State and University of Cincinnati, Latoya uses her own lived experience with faith to guide and uplift underserved communities through education and access. Currently, she serves as a student support services specialist coach within the Trio program at Cincinnati State, where she provides individualized academic guidance and support to first-generation and underserved students. Her mission is to help students persist, graduate, and achieve their full potential. Latoya holds 5 degrees, an Associate of Arts in Psychology from Cincinnati State, a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, and a Master's of Educational Studies in Educational Psychology from the University of Cincinnati, and 2 additional degrees earned through seminary studies. Her academic achievements have been recognized through multiple honors, including Trio scholarships and prestigious first-generation scholarships awarded by UC's College of Education, Criminal Justice, and Human Services. I am proud to have on this podcast someone who is very passionate about runway modeling, has participated in several fashion shows throughout the greater Cincinnati area. Additionally, she enjoys volunteering with local community organizations and allows her to give back to make a positive impact. Again, I'm very, very honored and very pleased to have on this Let's Talk Trio podcast, Latoya Chambers.
Hey everybody, let's make some noise out there. I'm so excited. I'm Latoya Chambers. I'm here today to talk to you more about my Trio journey. And thank you so much, for having me here today to celebrate Trio Nation and also to give my testimony of what Trio means to me. Thank you so much, and I'm so honored to be here today.
Latoya, it is wonderful to have you. Very honored to have you, and we're very fortunate to have you on this podcast. First of all, how are you doing? How's everything with you?
I am doing pretty good, Juan. Thank you so much for asking. I'm just enjoying life. We are currently in the summer semester, so we are wrapping things up at Cincinnati State. I'm feeling so grateful for this opportunity to share my Trio story and hopefully to inspire others. It's been a busy but rewarding time, balancing my roles as an academic coach specialist, as well as continuing my advocacy as a Trio student support service, alumni, and an inspiree.
That is wonderful. Can you tell us a little bit about Cincinnati? I've never been, so you're my very first guest from that area. And I'm also curious, what is Cincinnati like?
I will say to you that Cincinnati is a vibrant city with a rich history and strong sense of community. It's known for its beautiful riverfronts and diverse neighborhoods, and I enjoy living in Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
I am so happy to be a part of the Cincinnati community. We are proud, passionate sports fans, and what I really like most about Cincinnati is its warm, welcoming atmosphere. We enjoy festivals, things like that. Also, go Bearcats, go Reds, Cincinnati Reds, and the Bengals. All right.
Oh, the Bengals. Oh, that's right.
Yes.
That is right. What is it something what's the thing that you like most about Cincinnati? Like if you could highlight one thing about your city, what would it be?
I would say just community. There are so many people in the city of Cincinnati who are giving back, who are using their education, their resources to uplift and to share with others. As well as I have to shout my school out, Cincinnati State. It is a community college here in Ohio that provides support and affordable, high quality education and also the hands on training that leads students directly to career opportunities. It's a hidden gem for students, but I want to shout it out today and to let them know that it's a wonderful community that they can be a part of to help them transfer and also enter into the workforce after graduation.
That is amazing. We're almost halfway. We're well, actually way past halfway of
Yeah,
2025. What are some things you hope to accomplish before this year's out?
I would say, let me think, just before the end of 2025, I'm just committed to elevating my advocacy at the national stage, working to transform how the academic support and mental health resources all around us nationally can be delivered and served to underserved students across the country. Whether it is by participating in key organizations and influencing policy, I want to ensure that every student and even people who are looking to go to college, they make sure that they have the resources that will provide equitable access and the tools of support they need to do well in higher education.
Right on. Well said. What is something that this year has taught you?
This year has been great. All
Oh
right.
yeah?
It's been pretty cool. Highs and lows, but cool, okay? I would say that this year has taught me, it's a little funny, right? Yeah, so this year has taught me that winners don't always make the most noise. Like throughout the highs and lows, I've learned to stay dedicated. I mean, to be persistent, to
Hmm.
look for the joy and zest in life. For me personally, you're asking Latoya. So for me to keep the faith, knowing that the joy I carry inside is something that the world can't take away. And even sometimes we all have silent moments where we have to pause and reflect. For
Hmm.
everyone, I recognize the power that we can showcase through our smiles and how we treat others positively. In the quiet moments, we find strength and it uplifts us not only for ourselves, for everyone around us. So keep smiling, Juan.
I love that.
Keep smiling.
That is so wonderful. I love
Yeah.
the energy and positivity you radiate because it's so much needed in this world, right? There's so many folks that may feel negative or feel like down on
Right.
themselves, and you really radiate a lot of positivity. So I love that. That's wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. I shared at the beginning of the podcast that you do some modeling and volunteering. How
Right.
did that happen for you, or how did that occur?
Right. So I would say I always love fashion. I love fashion designing. I love modeling. I love all those things. And my a relative actually invited me to do some modeling for her years back. And I'm like, okay. So I
Hmm.
showed up to the modeling show. I'm like, okay, I got this. And they just love me without
That's
any
wonderful.
form of
Yeah.
training. They love me and they had me even trying to help the other models model. And so I just have a passion for just modeling and I instantly fell in love with it because it showcases our creativity, my creativity. And I feel like I'm a
Hmm.
creative, okay?
Yeah,
I just
absolutely.
love fashion. It's a form of expression. Um, so I just love it.
That's wonderful. I feel like when you have a part of your skill that's able to be highlighted in front of a community that you're absolutely passionate about, and
Right.
modeling and volunteering, that is awesome. That's wonderful.
Right.
Let's take a
Yeah.
minute to reflect on your early years. Can you talk about your family and what that dynamic was like for you?
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for asking. So I love
Absolutely.
family. People don't love the family. Oh my goodness. I come from a big family. I was raised with strong values. A family has always been a central, joyful part of my life, with my grandfather parents having 19 children. Can you believe that?
19.
19.
That is a huge
Uh,
family.
a whole lot of babies, okay? But I'm so happy to be a part of my family. We like to have a lot of fun. With my grandfather's parents having 19 children, growing up surrounded by everyone, we all had a strong connection, and I had a lot of unwavering support. And we are strong, okay? We are strong. All right.
Absolutely.
And so both sides of my families are incredible. We share incredible sources of love, faith, commitment, and I really use what I learned throughout my family as I help others in my current time today. And I'll use those values, just supporting and everything in the future. And
Hmm.
on my father's side, they're committed, and I just enjoy all the support. I'm a well-rounded, supported, family-oriented individual.
That is awesome. I love that. How would your family describe you?
I would say, describing Latoya Chambers, I think they would say that I love to laugh. I think they would say I bring positivity wherever I go. They know I have a strong passion for helping others. I'm a creative mind. I love sharing my ideas, and they would say that I'm sweet. Can you believe that one? They would tell.
I believe it. I believe just meeting you, again, you radiate this positivity. You're very happy, you're
Yeah,
joyful, and you're very sweet.
so
Absolutely. I 100% co-sign.
they say, yeah.
Um, Growing up, do you remember what you wanted to be? Like, I know I remember when parents would ask their kids, like, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" Do you remember getting that question?
You know what? I thank you so much for asking that question. I had to think back. What did Latoya want to be when she was a kid? Oh my
Hmm.
goodness.
Hmm.
And it reminded me of a moment in my life where I wanted to create a safe haven where parents could bring their children if they're having trouble raising them. I just didn't want children to be abandoned. And
Mm.
that is something that I really wanted to help out. And actually, in my life, I've been able to help with fostering children, like
Hmm.
helping my relatives, whether it is helping them with their foster children and things like that. So I was able to give that impact in that way. So I think that's awesome. Also, guess what? I wanted to
What?
be a chef. Okay, let's
You
chef
wanted to be a chef?
flavors. Yeah,
Wow.
I wanted
Oh.
to be a chef. And I didn't make it too far. I kept dirtying up my mom dishes and stuff and cooking flavors. And I don't know how many canned goods can you put in one dish, and it was just a mess. But I still like to cook till the till this
That's awesome. If you don't mind me
yeah,
asking, may I ask a follow-up? What is your
yeah.
favorite dish to cook?
I love, I love soul food. I
Mm.
love dishes. I love rice, chicken. I love sweet potatoes.
Sweet potatoes. All right.
Yeah, sweet potato curry. I can
Heck
do sweet
yeah.
potatoes by themselves, no seasoning, no nothing. Just
Awesome.
so I really like those type of dishes. Yeah.
Right on. I love that. Sorry, and I interrupted you because you were on a flow. You were talking about how you wanted to be a chef, but you also wanted to also do this, like, create a safe haven for kids. Was there anything else?
You know what? So I also I'm just thinking, how did I end up in education, right?
Okay, so I gotta ask you, right? Like, let's pause there for a second because for a lot of trio folks, it like how does the education pass even like factor in? I know we'll get to that here in a little bit, but it's always like that. A lot of trio folks that I talked
Right.
to was like, I don't even know how I got here. It just some seemed like a very good job. But education, you said, it somehow started introducing itself to you.
Yeah, so I ended up at an education. I realized that helping students, I felt like was a perfect way to support. I would even say even the teacher needs a teacher. Even a mentor needs
Oh,
a mentor. Even a
oh my gosh.
psychologist needs a psychologist.
Yeah.
Even a leader needs a leader. And
Uh-huh.
so growing up and navigating higher education, I'm like, oh my goodness, maybe I can help other students who might cross the same paths that I was in. And I just became
Mm.
a supporter, and I just ended up in education, and I love it. I really love helping others to be successful because we need more people out there who can share their story and share how to climb higher heights of higher education.
Wow. So, uh, chef, a person that can create a safe haven, and then really a champion of education. Wow,
Yeah,
that's like three main areas. That's awesome.
all of that, all of that.
All of it. So, what do you remember most about elementary or middle school? Is there a favorite memory that sticks out for you?
So favorite memory for me in elementary, middle school particularly, is participating in like little things like maybe even plays or choir performances. These experiences, they sparked my love for singing and be a part of a team and taught me like the values of community and also the arts.
Hmm. From there, you transitioned to high school. What do you remember most about this time?
Oh, high school. We're gonna talk about high school?
A little bit,
Okay.
yeah, no, however long you want to talk about high school for.
Let's do a little high school chat. Take me
Yeah.
all the way back. Take me all the way back. Yeah. So, yeah, thanks for asking. I'm gonna have to ask you how was high school for you, though.
Oh no, yeah, you can flip the question. Latoya, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been trying to get better at like folks and guests at flipping the question on me and saying like, "How was high school for you?" And I'm like, I usually would get flustered and I'd be like, "I don't know how to answer."
Well, look, you made it through and you're still standing, right?
Exactly, exactly.
Right, right. So I'll tell you a little bit about it. So
Yes.
I just when I transitioned from middle school to high school, I learned the value of education. Everything started to click for me and I became eager to excel academically. It was a
Hmm.
time when I focused more on my goals and I work hard. I just try to work hard to achieve them. I noticed a little bit about that GPA. That GPA is important, right? And so I'm like,
Apparently, they use that.
well, let me start getting my GPA to get up together. And so yeah, so I just started to do more things, just to grow academically and as a scholar, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Were you very involved in high school? Like, did you do a lot of things and participated in various activities?
Yeah, so I did a lot of like volunteering,
Hmm.
making sure that I was reaching people in my community, also serving. My when I was younger, my late uncle, Pastor Carlos Brewster, he passed, but he did a lot of advocacy in our community and helping children experience life through travel,
Hmm.
encouraging them and taking them on trips and different things like
Wow.
things like that. He
Yeah.
took the young people to Colorado Springs, Colorado, Washington D.C., Atlanta, and just
Mm.
showed them that there's more to life just in Cincinnati and
Yeah.
everything. And so I did a lot of volunteering,
Wow.
choir, all those things. And so I was able to give back during those times.
That's wonderful. I feel like high school is an opportunity for, and I'm speaking in my own experience because I remember being in high school and before joining the Upward Bound program. So I'm a true Upward
Yes,
Bound alum. I was
yes.
very like had a narrow view of the world, and then
Mhm.
having to travel like that, how expanded my view became. And then I also became like involved with band and all that stuff, and that kind of further expanded my worldview.
Right.
Um, when it comes to high school, I know a lot of students start thinking about college very, very early. When did that happen for you when you started thinking about college?
So I'll just go back just a little bit further. Me starting out as a first generation college student, I didn't even know I was first gen. I didn't
What?
I didn't
Yeah.
know. No, I didn't know. I didn't know until I became, a part of Trio. I'll
Uh-huh.
take you a little bit back about, my story and how I came up. I was a first generation college student. I grew up in public housing in a community, often referred as the projects in
Hmm.
my community. One of my earliest experience with education was through a Head Start program. I'm so thankful for Head Start programs. Oh my goodness. Can we clap a minute for Head Start programs? My goodness.
They're so vital and very, very useful.
Yes, it is. And even, their next door was a police range station.
Hmm.
So often I heard gunshots throughout the day. I became so familiar with like it just became background noise for me.
Really?
And around 2024, I'm so thankful in that community that the gun range has been relocated, and I'm so thankful for the change in the neighborhood that I grew up. I'm so thankful for my community leaders who advocated for this change growing up in that environment. I faced many uncertainties about what college looked like or how to get there, just starting out.
Hmm.
And so I got a shout out to my Zone 15 family. You may not know who those people are, but they know who they are, and my community for getting those efforts taken care of, as well. So when I progressed through high school, I focused on improving my grades and graduating. Though I didn't know, a lot about college.
Hmm.
I didn't know what the next steps to take. My mom never went. My mom never went to college. My dad never graduated college. I have people in my family that haven't even completed middle school,
Mm.
and so just navigating through those tough times, it wasn't easy. But Trio paved the way. Hey,
Yeah.
Trio. Hey, Trio. So let me get on my Trio story, right?
Yeah.
So
No, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, yeah, I know you're okay. So, I progressed through high school. So I was at my high school graduation. They had a church event for the graduates there,
Hmm.
and all the students came together. And a woman who I knew, Dr. Sandra Dees, as I walked to the back of the church, after being honored and everything like that, she said, like, girl, what are you gonna do next? And I'm like, I
Hmm.
don't know. I do not know. I know I want to go to college, but I don't know how to do it. I don't know
Wow.
what the steps I need to do. I don't know how to sign up for classes. I don't know maybe even what program I want to be in. And
Yeah.
She helped me to get signed up for the TRIO programs. And I mean, with TRIO, my life just opened up.
Hmm.
Everything changed for me when I had a community of supporters who helped me navigate through higher education. And I got the vital support that I needed, just like someone to hold my hand. Okay, so this is what you do next. This is how you get
Hmm.
this. This is how you do financial aid.
Hmm.
And I didn't know about financial aid. I heard people say, oh, they're giving free money out to students. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, they taught me loan education, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
all those things. And so, could you believe this, Juan? Guess what?
What?
More than a decade later, I had the opportunity to return to Cincinnati State in the Student Support Services TRIO program and work alongside of that same advocate a decade ago who helped
Wow.
me be a part of TRIO programs.
So full circle for you. Like
It,
where you
man,
graduated high school and it was an event that
yeah,
Trio ex brought you into college, and
yeah,
now you're serving students in very much the same way, helping them
that's right.
gain college. Wow, that is amazing.
I mean, I'm so thankful. Where would I be without TRIO? Where would I be without that academic coach coming to me and say,
Mm,
these are the services that Cincinnati State TRIO program has for you. And so it's just been a blessing. And I want
mhm.
to shout out to Dr. Sandra Dees, my mentor. She has recently retired with 25 years of service
Wow,
in TRIO.
that's a clap. That
Woo!
absolutely, that's wonderful. Amazing service.
Yeah.
We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
Are you seeking guidance to enhance your TRIO project's effectiveness and success? Look no further. Nosotros Education Center, NEC, is here to empower your TRIO project with expert consulting services. NEC's mission is to promote the effectiveness and impact of TRIO programs. Since 2003, NEC has specialized in providing professional development and in-service staff trainings, allowable cost services, for TRIO projects across the country. The team at NEC, with over 60 years of combined TRIO experience, offers customized workshops and seminars for project staff, compliance assessments, external evaluations, working on and submitting APRs, database customization and training, development of policies and procedures manuals, and project implementation or reorganization services. Additionally, NEC has secured over $774 million in federal funding with a 92% success rate through their live and on-demand proposal workshops, assistance with data collection and review, detailed technical reviews, and comprehensive proposal development services. Join the hundreds of colleges, agencies, and TRIO projects across the country who benefited from NEC's expertise. Nosotros Education Center, your partner in TRIO's project success. Visit their website at nosotros.edu.org. Again, that's nosotrosedu.org.
And now back to the podcast. Did you have a list of colleges you wanted to? Now, okay, I'm gonna reshape this question.
Okay.
So was Cincinnati State like the only college like you wanted to apply to? You're like when they introduced you and they said this is a college you can go to, you can register for classes. Was Cincinnati State like, okay, one and done, this is the one I'm going to?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I had a couple of colleges that I were looking for.
Mm, mm,
I
mm,
definitely had a desire to attend college. My dream school was the Ohio State University, but also the University of Cincinnati and Cincinnati State. It became on my list. And you know what? I needed to start there because I
mm,
needed the smaller community with
mm.
individualized support to wrap the services around me as a fresh babe, right?
Yeah,
Right, kind of like a newborn, right? You need everything. You
absolutely.
need all
Yes.
the support.
I like how you're thinking about that. Like a baby needs the comfort and support of the
Right.
people that to take care for the baby. Absolutely. No,
Right.
and I think that's you make a very important point about choosing the college that is going to provide you the best support.
That's,
So very important point.
that's right.
I'm going to ask you this next question, and I know that you already kind of gave a shout out, but feel free to do more shout outs here. But who served as your guides and mentors to going to college or at college?
Dr. Sandra Dees, Dr. Sandra Dees, Dr. Sandra Dees, Dr. Sandra Dees, Dr. Sandra Dees. She would love me singing that, right? Yeah, she served as my primary guide and mentor throughout my college journey. Over a decade ago, she helped me enroll and she introduced me to Trio Student Support Services. I commend her for her unwavering faith, commitment, and vital, crucial, critical support and role that she played in helping me achieve and even graduate with 5 degrees. Can you believe that? It
That-
all started with her bringing me in. I didn't even know what Trio was, but she showed me the way, and I'm so glad that she helped me. As well as, I just want to thank my family, my mom, my dad, my aunts and uncles. You have to add everybody in there because it takes a village, right? It takes a
Abs-
village.
You're at
All
the
the
Academy Awards right now, Latoya, so feel free, like, take a minute. Take a
Hey, give me
minute.
my trophy, man. Give me my trophy. Where my trophy at? Yeah, so I also honored my late uncle, Pastor Carlos Brewster. I'm just so thankful for his support in my life. And he would just, if he could see me now, and where I am, I think that I would have made him proud. So I'm thankful for his support as
Absolutely.
well.
Absolutely. Before we move on from the high school years, can you give us some highlights of your high school experience? What was that like?
Yes, some highlights of my high school experience, including attending the Great Oaks, Scarlet Oaks campus. It's a vocational school where it just gave me more of a focus on education. I was in the early
Mm-hmm.
childhood education program, and I was learning about the primitive ages of growth, which is vital
Oh,
because we're all grown, right?
absolutely, yes.
So that the growth at a young age in those early years is vital to the success when students become, in early adolescence and also later adulthood. So that was my
Hmm.
milestones for me. I graduated with my certificates in early child education. I gained the hands-on experience supporting children's physical, social, and emotional needs, and also that cognitive development,
Oh, look at that.
right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I just learned how to create a safe space and nurturing environments. And I developed those professional skills that was necessary for me to be successful. And this experience it really did just reinforce my passion for education and working with young learners and also learners who are in higher education.
That is awesome. What did graduating from high school mean to you and your family?
Oh my goodness. When I graduated, I felt like I made it. My goodness. Like I made it, y'all. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, trail
Yeah,
works. Okay. So
absolutely.
yeah, and so graduating from high school was a huge milestone for me and my family after years of hard work and dedication. And I think sometimes when people when they talk about their stories, they may not talk about the journey that it took for them. It wasn't easy for me.
Mm,
Being raised by a single mother, it wasn't an easy journey, but oh my goodness, I know my mom, my family was so incredibly proud of me. Just reach that level of achievement. And I want to tell all the young people out there, when you graduate high school, that is a big level of achievement. No matter what you do, congratulations.
absolutely.
That is a big level of achievement. All those years.
Yes, right. The 4 years, those formative years of
Right.
having to go through high school, a set schedule, and learning about yourself. Absolutely. You are 100% right.
Right.
You began your college career at Cincinnati State. What did you do to prepare to enter college?
Pray. No.
Sometimes that's all we have.
Right.
Sometimes that's all we have.
I don't know how to do this, but you know what? That prayer brought me to Cincinnati State. And
Hmm.
with Cincinnati State, I was able to join the Trio Student Support Services program. And
Love
Trio
trio. Yes,
provided everything I needed to navigate college successfully. It provided me with the academic support, the guidance, and encouragement that helped me build the confidence to stay on track. Joining Trio, it was truly the foundation for my success.
absolutely. Absolutely. Did you have a particular major or program in mind when you entered Cincinnati State?
I'll just say this, we talked about me wanting to be a chef.
Hmm.
That didn't work out. But I also, I love my chef community too. I wasn't in the chef programs, but I had that in the early years of my life. But psychology just came so natural to me. Oh my goodness.
Mm,
it's a field that deeply resonated with me, and it aligned perfectly with my passion for understanding how to help people. And I'm a person, I'm always looking and reflecting
Hmm.
and engaging, and all those things like that. So I really love people. I love to learn about what people, their mind creates, a creative mind and everything, and that makes them who they are. So yeah.
Latoya, I gotta say that you really bring that energy of uh, one who loves to learn about people. Like
Mhm.
when I reached out to you to see if you wanted to do this podcast, like you absolutely jumped on this opportunity and you were like ready to connect. And I so appreciate that about you. So I just want to give that highlight and say this being in psychology and you wanting to know about other minds, other people, that absolutely is present in your energy. So thank you.
And thank you so much, more. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So let's talk about your experience at Cincinnati State. What did being at Cincinnati State teach you?
Cincinnati State, it taught me that, you know, you don't have to go to a huge university starting out.
Hmm.
It taught me that there is beauty in institutions who may be smaller, more oriented to helping students, on a more individualized plan, kind of.
Hmm.
And so it just made me feel like home. I had the resources that made the real difference. During times where I struggled with transportation, the school advocated for metro bus services for us. I used to catch the bus 5 days a week to school, where
Oh, wow.
rain, storm, sunshine, and hail, all of everything. And so, really, just having those resources that they advocated for me as a student was so vital to my success.
Hmm.
Um, Being a part of the Cincinnati State community and Truth Support Services, it was like a big bonus. Okay, I cashed a big check when I joined
Absolutely.
when I joined Truth Support Services, right? But for real, okay.
Yeah, no, for real.
We know for real, we know that trail works. And so it just provided, the care that I needed every step of the way. Cincinnati State taught me the value of support, community, and it helped me develop the discipline to stay focused on my goals. So shout out to C State. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for all the services that you have given me to benefit me in my life and in my journey.
Wonderful. So I'm going to change up this question just a little bit, but
Sure.
absolutely feel free to expand. Can you tell us, like, what did the TRIO programs do to support you while you were at Cincinnati State? And how did it shape your college career?
So TRIO Student Support Services, it shaped my career by giving me the support that I needed and just helping me to have the lens of the support, the advocacy, the preparation, and everything
Hmm.
that I needed to be successful. It showed me a path that guided me without me having to fumble and fall. It gave me the lasting support that I needed that was vital to my success. You have people that they start off on a path and they don't reach their full potential, not because of who they were, but because they may were underserved. And I'm
Hmm.
so grateful for all the resources and everything that I got to achieve my goals.
Absolutely. You point to your mentor, Dr. Sandra D, as a person that was super influential about during your formative college career. Um, did she also help you create a path to the program that you eventually ended up majoring in?
You know what? I think the path was there. I was able to, begin my program,
Hmm.
start there, and do well with the academic tutoring services and also support from her and also the other academic tutors and mentors that was in our community. And without that vital support, I wouldn't be able to persist from one academic year to the next academic year.
Mm,
And having that support allowed me to stay on the path of completing my degree in psychology. So it was very, very vital for me to be successful.
absolutely. So you pursued an associate's in psychology. What fascinated you most about this field? And yeah, what drew you to it?
Yeah, so what fascinated me most about the psychology was the mind. The mind is something, my goodness.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's so many people that's living in this world thinking all type of different things and all of that. And I was just intrigued about why do people think the way they do? And we
Interesting.
also look, What'd you say?
I said, no, that's interesting because so I minored in psychology and I absolutely agree with you. Like
Awesome.
the mind is so interesting. But go ahead, sorry.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, so it's so interesting, and you just look at just the theorists that are out there, starting from the early ages, from birth all the way up,
Hmm.
nature versus nurture. We look at all the
Hmm.
different things, and do they have all their needs met, and different things
Hmm.
like that. So I just thought it was so cool, and it was so amazing that there were so many different people thinking so many different things in pursuit of so many different things. And so I was
Hmm.
interested. I wanted to learn more.
Yeah.
So that's what brought me to psychology.
So in that spirit of being in psychology, you wrapped up your associates. Were you already thinking, or you were already a few steps ahead about thinking about a 4-year college, like leaping into a different program or a different college?
So once I achieved my associate's degree, thank God, I didn't want to stop. There was a deep sense of accomplishment, and I
Hmm.
was determined to leap to higher heights and to pursue even bigger goals. I wanted to show others that it could be done, just my family, my community, to show that higher heights could be achieved.
Hmm.
Also, the goal of TRIO SSS is for students to persist, right? To
Persist. Yes.
graduate,
Yep.
right? And
Yep.
to transfer. So I was on the list, right? And so it's like, hey, Juan, I'm trio strong, okay?
Absolutely, you are. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You are very much the embodiment of trio. What did this, so I have to quickly reflect with you. What did earning this associate's mean to you personally?
Earning the associate's degree meant legacy. It meant a lot to me.
Mm.
I it was just a remarkable experience. And once you start something near the middle, so much stuff goes on. But
Oh,
I
yeah, it
mean, just
does.
accomplishing something, my goodness, it just meant that I did it, and I was so thankful. I was so grateful, you know, just to achieve that. And so I say legacy, we're moving to
Legacy.
higher heights, right? And so I was just so
Absolutely.
excited. I'm just telling you, I was just overjoyed, okay?
Absolutely. That's wonderful.
Right.
You
Yeah.
then made the transition to the University of Cincinnati, which is a huge change. What
Yeah.
steps did you take to prepare?
So once I decided to transfer to the University of Cincinnati, I can continue my involvement by joining TRIO Student Support Service in their program at the
So a nice
UC.
little warm handoff.
That's it.
Okay.
And so that's how I was able to get more scholarships, get more support, because you see it's a bigger school, but having that TRIO program there was a blessing to me.
Hmm.
Staying connected to TRIO at both institutions provided me with a consistent academic advising resources and encouragement, making the transition to the 4-year university much
Hmm.
smoother and more manageable.
That is awesome. So, based on your experience, then, what is the major difference between this smaller, almost community college slash university that is small by comparison to a huge university like the University of Cincinnati? What are some similarities?
Oh boy. So, right.
Uh-huh.
I'm so glad that I started at Cincinnati State. I started out needing so much guidance, so much support, and the smaller classes and the tight-knit community gave me, exactly what I needed. The community college offered more personalized attention, which, it really helped build my confidence and academic
Hmm.
skills. Universities, they're awesome. On the other hand, they provide a wider variety of programs, resources, both environments, they share a strong commitment to student success. But I'll say Cincinnati State, just starting off, it was monumental to my achievement as a young scholar.
I love that. So, would you say like Cincinnati State was the thing that helped you build the momentum and confidence to leap into the University of Cincinnati?
I would definitely say so. And
Awesome.
having the both trio programs to connect me from
Mm.
space to
Uh-huh.
space, from this space to that space, it
Yeah,
helped me so much. So I'm definitely appreciative.
that's wonderful. Talk about your college experience at UC. What are some highlights?
So my college experience at UC, it was rewarding. You know, with going to college anywhere, students, they have to strive for excellence. They have to be persistent. They have to have perseverance. And I would say one major highlight, was being a part of the TRIO program. Hey, TRIO. It gave, it gave, and you look, go Bearcats. Woo. It gave me the supportive space I needed and connect me to my mentors and peers, truly understanding my journey. I'm so thankful for the UC community. It also gave me the opportunity to grow as a student. There was so much professional development that they have on campus for students, and
Hmm.
also just events, picnics, whatever, just to bridge the gap so students can feel like they belong. So there was a
Mm.
great sense of belonging for students to be successful there. And I
Hmm.
gained, a deeper insight on the field of psychology that I was studying. UC pushed me academically and helped, I mean, they pushed me
Yeah.
academically, right? They did.
Yeah.
And it helped shape my confidence, my discipline, and my leadership skills.
That's awesome. I see that you also continued your study in psychology. So I'm going to switch up just this question just a little bit.
Right.
But were you having like a career in mind when you decided to continue your pursuit in psychology? Were you going to be like a counselor, a therapist, or yeah? What was your thought behind entering or continuing your study in psychology?
Yeah, at one point, I believe that I wanted to be like a psychologist, and I was passionate about helping others. And everybody has a story. Everybody needs someone, just like I was mentioning you. A leader needs a leader, a mentor needs a mentor, a psychologist needs a psychologist, and things like that sometimes. And I just wanted to impact. And I studied educational psychology in college. My study was it was educational studies, and my
Hmm.
concentration was child studies and educational psychology. So yeah, I'm still in higher education. I'm still helping those who might need to talk sometimes, and helping them, point them to the resources, whether it is mental health counseling, whether it is reaching them out to other services within our community. And so I'm still providing that holistic support.
100%. So you mentioned earlier that UC also had a trio program there on campus. How did that warm handoff happen for you? Did you get introduced immediately? Was this like a referral service? Well, yeah, how did that connection happen for you?
Yeah, so I was referred to TRIO program at UC by Dr. Sandra D. She had a connection there. She had supported me during my time at Cincinnati State. And, she encouraged me to continue with TRIO at the university level, and she made the referral. And then, I got in the car, whatever, and went over to UC and met with the person who she referred me to.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. What was your favorite memory of Trio SSS at UC? What did it do for you? How did it help you?
My favorite memory of the Trio SSS at UC was the strong sense of community and the support that came with it. Oh my goodness, the college campus was so big. It seemed like it was so many miles just to walk through. Just looking at the Cincinnati State versus the university, it was huge. But my favorite memory was just being a part of some efforts to help students, as well as
Mhm.
being a first gen scholarship recipient. So that was, definitely a highlight of my time and my memories at UC.
Can you talk about the moment you graduated from college with your degree? What did this mean to you? Because you graduated from a four-year institution. So what did this mean to you?
Oh my goodness. I was just so overwhelmed to have met the requirements from the four-year university that's saying, Latoya Chambers, you have been awarded this degree. It
Hmm.
was so just outstanding to me. It was mind-blowing to be able to persist with knowing my history, everything, even things that I haven't spoken about today. It was just a monumental time for me in my life. And I was just so thankful. I mentioned prayer earlier. It took a lot of that, and a lot of time, a lot of persistence, and just, having the faith in myself that I could do it, that I could achieve it. And so it was monumental in those efforts. I was just so thankful. Even till this day, I'm like, how did I get over? How did I how did I do this? Anybody know? No. But
Like, can somebody tell me how I got here?
right. So I'm just so thankful for that. And yeah, so yeah.
That's wonderful. What came next after you graduated? So you're now graduated from college. Now
Mhm.
you're a college graduate. What
Right.
were your next steps?
So after graduating, I would say at UC with a bachelor's, I moved on to the master's program, and the master's program was
Oh,
a whole other new thing. And so
uh-huh.
Yeah, so I just studied hard. I kept hearing people telling me, like, when you start on your master's, you have to make sure you study. So I went in there, got a 3.8 sole GPA,
Hmm.
and I just studied hard. And that's where I went into. After that, I did some work out in the community, and working with different programs and different organizations, and also doing some volunteering with the McNair Scholars.
Right on. I'm going to come back a little bit to your master's program because you got a degree in educational psychology. How was this different from your undergraduate degree in psychology?
I would say the research. Anybody who research,
There you got it.
somebody
You got
that
it.
research in the back. No.
You
It was a
got it.
lot of it was a lot of research, and you know what, the statistics and everything else, but and all of that. But I felt like I was able to, being on the master's level, there's just a heightened sense of leadership skills that you get,
Mm,
leadership
hmm.
development, and it's just like
Hmm.
it opened up a new window of what's being a scholar looked like, what being a researcher, uh, a mindful practitioner, what it looked like to help the community and different things like that. So it was definitely impactful for me to reach that master's level. I feel like it just made me be more of a leader and also professional.
Awesome. You talked a little bit about your experience working with the McNair Scholars as a volunteer, and you also worked in the community. I'm curious, what were the career paths that led you back to Trio as a professional?
I would say something after I finished my master's, there was something that said, Latoya, well, I'll start here. So when I was doing my master's, my capstone, my last project, I did it on Trio Student Support Services. I did it on Trio programs.
Oh, right on.
I did a case study of myself for
Uh-huh.
some of the requirements and different things. And I said, oh my goodness, my Trio story meant a whole lot. And I just started doing research, doing my presentation, doing some of the requirements for the scholarships, presenting. And
Hmm.
I said, oh my goodness, this is powerful. And so I applied for a Trio program.
Right on. And so that really led you back to be now from a student to a professional. So you
Right.
currently serve as a specialist slash coach.
Mhm.
And you also served for a period as an interim director for Trio SSS.
Right.
Can you talk about that experience?
And so just that trio experience is awesome. I love giving back to my trio community, and it's a powerful, 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 powerful and blessed opportunity that I was able to be a part of, just helping students achieve their goals. And it just brought home that the impact that you can make. So it's always good, starting out to just stay connected. And I'm just so blessed to have served in those positions and also to give back to students.
What would you say is your most favorite thing about this role?
My favorite thing about this role, currently serving as an academic coach, is I get to meet students. I mean, I work with so many different students. I mean, that may need help with just a class. We start out maybe even needing tutoring and just providing them the services. I've seen students go from D's to getting A's and B's, and I mean connecting them to different resources, also helping them with their professional development, helping them with their leadership and all those things. So I mean, it's just awesome, and I'm just so blessed to give back.
Latoya, what is one piece of advice do you have for Trio professionals listening to this podcast?
My advice for trio professionals right now is we're trio strong, in and out, through and through. And you know your story and how you made it over. You know the trio impact, how it impacts your life. Continue to bring students to success, continue to advocate for students, continue to do the work, and don't be discouraged. We know the impact of trio, and we know what one trio
Trio works.
works.
Yes, absolutely. What about advice you have for Trio students who are pre-college, in college, or non-traditional?
I would say, can you repeat that question for me again?
Yeah, a piece of advice you have for Trio students who are pre-college or in college or that are non-traditional.
I would say for students to get involved. Get involved on campus. Don't just go to school and do your work and go home. Learn more. serve on student government, see what type of leadership development that is out there, because it's all about the connection in today's time. It's not about the GPA is good, but if you get the GPA, you get the degree and you don't know anybody. You need connections to be successful. You need connections to get the job. Go out there, serve on boards. Do everything that you can do that people know your name. And when your resume comes across their table, they say, oh, that's such and such. I met her over there. I know her work in the community. I see her service out there. And I'm him, her, whoever. And they will help you. So be an advocate in your community. Get your hands dirty. Do things and help others, because when you help someone, it comes right back to you.
I love that. Great piece of advice. What is one word you would use to describe yourself?
That's the hardest question I've played. I would say to describe myself, I would say that I'll just give you one. Yeah. Blessed. I love it. Blessed.
I know we're wrapping up really quickly. What is something that you're currently listening to, watching, or reading?
Something that I'm currently listening to, watching, and reading. I've been listening to a lot of motivational podcasts motivational. There's speakers out there that motivate people, and I feel like every motivator needs a motivator. And so I've been just listening, just getting my refreshing, just getting my energy, my refreshing by listening to others. And so that's been what I've been listening to nowadays.
That's awesome. Latoya, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for being on this podcast to talk about Trio, your Trio journey, and all the wonderful things that you've been doing in your career. Congratulations on all your accomplishments. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. You've been listening to the Let's Talk Trio podcast with Latoya and Vaughn. We're signing off. I'll say this to everyone out there: dream it, believe it, and do it. Y'all be blessed and have a blessed day.
Are you a participant, alum, or staff of a Trio program? Do you want your program highlighted? You or your program could be featured in an upcoming episode of Let's Talk Trio. Get a hold of us by going to our Facebook page or Instagram and send us a direct message. Search for Let's Talk Trio. We want to get your story to the public. You just heard from our guest, Latoya Chambers, Trio alumna and specialist/coach for the Trio Student Support Services program at Cincinnati State. Thank you, Latoya, for being on the podcast and for sharing your Trio journey. Remember, if you would like to be on the Let's Talk Trio podcast or know a staff, advocate, participant, or alumni, send us an email at letstalktrio@gmail.com. That email again is letstalktrio@gmail.com. A heartfelt thanks to our individual supporters, Angelica Villalpando, Dr. Jamie Motley, Dr. Ryan Barone, Dr. Jeff Naputi, Angelica Valdez, Rosario Riley, Felicia Rivera, Eric Lamaster, Jeff Calden, and Jaded Electronics. Thank you to our corporate sponsors, TrioJoblist.com, Nosotros Education Center, Longsdale Publishing, Student Access, and The Trio Store, powered by Proforma. Visit www.thetriostore.com, your source for Trio graduation stoles. Thank you all so much for your continued support of this podcast. You too can sponsor the Let's Talk Trio podcast in one of three ways. Become a monthly patron on Patreon. Our base level starts at $1 a month. Become a corporate sponsor by placing an ad on the podcast. Contact us for details. Become a supporter with a one-time donation to the podcast business PayPal account. Our business handle is @Let'sTalkTrio. I'd like to take a moment to thank our honorary members of the Let's Talk Trio podcast, Roderick Chambers, Tony Ho, Scott Kendall, and Susan Cramp. The Let's Talk Trio podcast team is John Russell, audio engineer, music producer and composer, and post-production editor. Amelia Castañeda, script supervisor, marketing manager, social media manager, and producer. Juan Rivas, executive producer and host. Be sure to follow the Let's Talk Trio podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. This episode was recorded Saturday, August 9th, 2025. Thank you all so much for listening, and we will catch you on the next episode.